Greetings, everyone. This is my distinct pleasure to share epidemiology with you. And we are going to go through some of the key components of epidemiology. We're not setting out to be epidemiologists in this course. What we are really focusing on is really using the information that's out there regarding epidemiology in a very real and relevant method to improve outcomes, to improve practice. So that's kind of the underpinning. When we're getting started with this course, we're going to go through the orientation, and that's what this is. And also, you want to make sure that you view the APA video as well as look at the course, kind of get familiar with the course and the course calendar and those types of things, and complete the overview questions. And those are questions to kind of get you started and to make sure that you're looking at the right places to know where information actually is to help you in the future. So this is kind of a proactive, sort of a primary prevention type thing, so that you know where to look for some of that key information. So that's why that is there. And as we get started with the course itself, this is the announcements section, and we're going to go into the orientation section first. And this video will be actually uploaded in this area, and these are the highlight questions. So that's where you will do those particular questions, and there's some APA questions, some questions about the syllabus, when things are due, those types of things. And this section also includes quite a few resources that you may find to be helpful if you haven't been in a course in a while. We are shifting a little bit. At the time of this video, we were still in Blackboard, but we are moving toward a different learning management system, so we will be getting accustomed to that together. So with that being said, we're also going to look in the content as far as my contact information, and all of my information is entailed here. And please know that I try to be very responsive to students. If you need me, please email me first, and I usually try to get back to you very quickly. This is my page, and it has some of the history where I've been throughout my career. So if you have interest in that, that is also included as well. Then when we're looking at the syllabus, the rubrics, and the calendar is something that you will want to either download or print out for yourself. It is really the map for the course. And then I've also highlighted when the particular assignments are due in this course. So let's go ahead and take a look at our course calendar. So this outlines module by module. We have 8 modules, and just please note that the 8th module is relatively short. And so you'll notice the sort of to-do list for each one of the modules are listed here, and kind of the overview of the modules and the dates of the modules are included here. So our first module is kind of action-packed. We're going to do introductions, we're going to do our first discussion board, and you're going to start taking a look at your Merrill textbook to get a good foundation to get started. So just kind of know that this is available to you, and know where it is in the course if you need to refer back to it. But I do suggest that you go ahead and enter the information into your calendars, or whatever method that you keep track of your information and what is due. Use this as a resource. And moving on down, the syllabus is listed here. So this goes through the overall outcomes for the course. And if you take a look at the syllabus itself, it outlines the aggregate outcomes and all what we are going to focus on in the course. And it also has how you will be evaluated delineated here. And because this course is very focused on interaction and building skills together, we do have quite a few points associated with participation in discussion boards, and that's where you will build those important skills to actually do the assignments. So as we're going, we're learning through the discussion boards, through the questions, and through the activities. And then you will also do, as listed here, the 2 assignments. One is a critique, and the other one is a synthesis assignment where you'll bring absolutely everything together. So if you have any questions as we progress through the course, just know that I value you reaching out to me, and any feedback that you may have to make things a little easier is helpful as well. So you will notice that the rubrics are listed here as well, and this is the rubric for the discussion board, and as well as the critique and the synthesis assignment is listed here. And then you'll also find that the 2 assignments are within the modules in the course as well. So know that there's 2 places that you can access the resources. And this is your textbook, and this is your APA manual, and we will be using the APA manual. Some of you may still have the 6th edition and have started with the courses, and some of you, this may be your very first course. So those of you who this is your very first course, you're going to be using the 7th edition, and those of you that have already matriculated, have been in courses, you may be using the 6th edition. So we're going to need to keep that straight. There just are some minor changes between the 6th and the 7th edition, but just know I'm going to not hold you accountable if you're accustomed to the 6th edition, unless you're new to us here at McKendree, and we're going to get you started on the 7th edition because that's what your course trajectory will be as we move forward. So just know we're doing this for a purpose, and it's for your best interest. So with that being said, there's also the Library One-Stop Shop, and this gets you directly to our library, so you don't have to go outside of the learning management system. And Paul Worrell is wonderful, and he is actually included in our discussion board as well. So if you have any questions for Paul, if you need assistance in doing any of your searches, he is the expert to go to, and he will help you save time. So that's really important, to have those effective searches so you save time. So this is a real important tip, to reach out to Paul if when you do your searches, because he is extremely helpful. So as we go on, our modules are here, and you will see a folder for each one of the modules, and it may look a little bit different with our new learning management system, but just as an overview, with each one of the modules, there is kind of the to-do list to start out with, and then I will include screencast-o-matics for each and every module. You will have PowerPoints that are associated with your readings, and then supplemental materials that you'll find to be helpful for the discussion boards, and also as you move forward with the courses. And this is also, you'll have links to your discussion board. So this is for your introductions, and this is for discussion board number 1, and this is also a link back to what we looked at earlier as far as the orientation highlight questions. So this is sort of how all of the modules are set up, very systematic in how they're presented to you, and just know that I try to provide as many resources as I can for you to be successful and to complete your requirements. And just know that when we're doing our literature reviews, Paul Worrell will be very helpful to help you find your articles and really focus on those peer-reviewed scholarly journals when you're accessing information, or those reputable websites. Very important to avoid websites that may not be government-based, who don't have that high level of rigor in the evaluation. So that's another tip in the evaluation of those resources. So with the discussion boards, And there's Paul. If you have any questions, he's actually embedded within our discussion board. We will be using some Flipgrids, and they're very simple to use, and we'll go through that at another time. But we are also doing some discussion boards, and typically the discussion boards may have 2 sets or more of questions, so you can choose the question that's most appropriate or that you have the greatest interest in. And please know that when we do our discussions, we want to keep everyone on the same page, so there are some guidelines as far as posting. I do try to post the questions early so you can start working on them, so you can work on them in a Word document, and then when it's time to post, you can copy and paste into the discussion board. So just know that's basically how the discussion boards are set up. And on the weeks that you do have assignments, you won't have a discussion board. So we're trying to be very respectful of your time so that you can really focus on those assignments that are so critical, and just know that the discussion boards help you to build those skills to do your assignment. So the discussion boards are really critical as far as building your skills. So with that being said, that's a real quick overview of the course. If you have any questions, let me know, but I really look forward to sharing this course with you. It's always a really engaging course, and we have some really good discussions in this course. So please take care and let me know if you need anything.